Sydney is now less affordable than New York, London.
Full-time essential workers are now spending on 2/3 of their weekly pay.
Second least affordable city in the world.
Today we're going to be breaking down exactly how much it costs to live in Sydney, Australia in 2024. My partner and I tracked and categorized every single expense in the month of July as a dual income, no kids household in our late 20s, trying to navigate a social life but also saving money. Now we all know how expensive Sydney can be to live in, consistently ranking among the top most expensive cities in the world. And I know this is just a 1 month snapshot of our spendings, but I hope it can give some of you an insight into how much it would cost to live in Sydney, Australia. Now I'm going to have this video broken down into several categories: housing, utilities and bills, health and fitness, dining out, groceries, shopping, entertainment, and investments. So firstly, housing. I own my 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in the suburbs of Sydney, so technically I don't have to pay any rent. I have paid off a good amount of this mortgage, so currently my weekly payments are around $450, and I ended up making 4 payments this month, which came to a total of $1,800. And for reference, identical units in the same building are currently rented out for around $600 to $700 per week. This month I also had to pay my strata payment, which is a quarterly payment to maintain common property around the apartment block, and this came to $1,029. My partner also has his own investment property in Sydney, which was actually empty for the entirety of July as he's currently trying to sell. This was pretty unfortunate because he still have to pay the mortgage, and he had 4 payments of $700 each, totaling $2,800 this month. Next, moving on to utilities and bills. Our internet bill is $80 per month. Most of our other bills like water, gas, and electricity and council bills come out quarterly, and the only one to hit our bank accounts this month was my water bill, which was $203. We both also have private health insurance for tax purposes, totaling $210 this month. In terms of transport, my partner drives to work and had to fill up the tank twice, totaling $147. And in terms of our public transport visits to and from the city to catch up with friends, going to WeWorks, that cost us a total of $46. Moving on to health and fitness, our preferred choice of exercise is running or walking or just doing body weight exercises, so we don't actually have a gym membership or anything, but we do like to go visit our local Pilates studio at times, and this month we booked 5 Pilates classes each at our local studio that had just opened up, and that cost us a total of $100. In terms of beauty, I ended up getting my nails done this month for a total of $90, and you can see they are so overgrown now. My partner also got a haircut for $15, and he had a minor surgery in June, so had to go back for some redressings in July, and that came to a total of $160. Moving on to groceries, this is a big category. We all know how expensive Sydney has been these days, and grocery prices just seem to continue rising. We already try to be pretty frugal when we're shopping, using gift cards, shopping at Aldi over Woolies or Coles, only buying things on sale, and I often leech free food from my parents, but unfortunately our grocery bill still came to around $520 this month. Moving on to dining out, we spent more than we normally do on dinners out this month just because we had a couple of fancy birthday dinners and celebrations, and that came to a total of $506 across 5 different meals. And in terms of catching up with friends, a couple of pottery classes and coffee catch-ups came to a total of $165. Moving on to shopping, we're trying to be a lot more mindful of what we're actually buying and making sure we're only buying something if we really need it. And I ended up buying 2 items of clothing for $95. Now this was the first time I bought clothing all year, and they were heavily discounted, so I felt like it was a great purchase. And my partner ended up buying himself a little birthday present, which was a keyboard for $171. And all of these items will be used for a very long time, so I'm not too fussed about them at all. And I also transferred my friend $85 for some Hamilton tickets later this month. And lastly, let's move on to investments. The market has been pretty volatile lately, and we've been trying to make sure to top up every single month. I ended up buying $3,000 into a leveraged Australian ETF, and then my partner dropped $1,000 into cryptocurrency. To wrap up, I know that this seems like a really big figure, but a lot of it went towards housing or investments and a couple of celebrations, which we don't really do that often. Really trying to balance just living life and not getting too caught up in saving every single cent, but also being really mindful when it comes to spending money. Oh, and also, my partner and I have both sold our apartments. And they've both settled already, which means that technically July was the last month where we were both homeowners, and also why I wanted to make this video just to document our expenses as a homeowner. We've now moved back to our parents' place and are saving money to buy a house, so please subscribe and follow along as we look for a house together. That is all that I have for today's video. I hope it gave you a really good insight into how much it costs to actually live in Sydney as a dual income, no kids household. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!